All right, so I had a bunch of people get on Facebook and they were asking me some questions of how we tie our mecates and our bosals. Lots of different ways to do them. Lots of guys do it differently, so I'll just show you the way that I learned, the way that I found is most useful. We'll go over from here. So you're going to start with your mecate. You're going to have your mecate, your tail, and get all that sorted out. Usually I just kind of throw my mecate out there, and I like to do it somewhere where there's not a ton of sand, because you get that sand on that mecate, especially horsehair, it's going to get kind of tangled in there. It's going to get all gritty and it's going to be weird. So you get the tail of your mecate like so. We're going to put that button up through our knot here, and this is how it's going to hang on your horse like so, right? So as that nose piece tips down, you know, your horse gets the tip out of the nose, right? So we're going to take our mecate tail and we're just going to pop it through there. Now, I've heard lots of different ways on how to do this. Some guys like to leave a lot of tail in the end because they just say it looks pretty, right? I ride a lot of young horses, so I like to keep my tail pretty close, almost to like right here, because if it's real long, you got that tail hanging off. As you can see, mine's kind of bitten on. It's because them colts been playing with it and they've been biting some chunks out of it. So I like to keep that kind of close. All right. All right, we're going to take it here. You got your hanger that hangs here. Okay. I like to do counterclockwise wraps. So what I mean by that is we're going to take our mecate. We're going to go counterclockwise, one right after another. So there's one wrap, and there's two wraps. Now, depending on the horse that you're riding, you know, you might need 2, 3, 4 wraps. I usually like to make sure that the bosal that I'm using fits the horse properly, and with that fitting the horse properly, I only usually want 2 wraps out of it. Any more than that, it kind of gets where there's too much. Now, if you were to ride a young horse, something maybe a little younger, maybe you want a bigger bosal, maybe a few more wraps, because then it's not going to be as much of a quick signal as you would have with just 2 wraps. So it's just some things to think about. You can that's the cool thing about these hackamores, traditional hackamores. You can kind of judge it depending on the horse you have. You might be able to change things up a little bit to help your horse out. So after you get your wraps done, so we'll just go through that all over again to help y'all out. All right, so we go straight through, counterclockwise wrap over the top of your button. Okay, there's 2 wraps. Okay, I like to kind of slide everything down, make sure everything's fitted up. Once you got that, you're going to reach through your bosal. You're going to grab your tail here. You're going to pull those out. I usually like to do an arm's length. So as long as my arms that usually gives me a good start. Now, when you get this thing going, what you're going to have is these weird twists in your mecate. It's going to be weird like this. Okay. So how you get that out is you grab that left rein and you just kind of twist, 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 twist. Just kind of roll that thing in your fingers. And it'll get to where that mecate sits nice and flush all the way through, right? And I like to just come up about 3 handholds there and just get it the length that I know I'm going to need it. All right, so once you've got everything in line and you know that you've got all your reins nice and neat all the way down, then you're going to take your mecate tail and you're going to do a forward twist. So have you ever done a bowling knot? And just be kind of like a bowling knot. You're just doing a half hitch. So go from here, forward twist up, you slide that over the top of the bosal. Pull your hanger through. Okay? Then when you tighten all that down, now you've got a hanger, your bosal, you've got a set of reins that lay nicely, right? And you got your mecate tail that you can just put in your belt loop or go around your horn or maybe tie up on your saddle. And that's how you hook up this rig here. So hopefully that answers all your questions. If you have any more, just get with me. I can make you another video. We'll go over it. We'll catch y'all next time.